So this is one of these events that you need to have bought the retro game console in order to do. It's actually kind of a cool event, which we'll be seeing tomorrow. And it gives guts, which we need. But unfortunately, since it's a LeBlanc daytime event, and if you leave LeBlanc, the moment that you come back, it'll turn to evening, so we can't pay Shiho for a stat boost to, boost the growth rate of guts, not technically a stat boost. More about Eiko, oh no. That pretty much sums up why a lot of people don't like that Confidant, but we haven't really got into like the full meat of it. I mean, I suppose we're halfway through already. But technically we could do that now. In fact, I think the only reason she's texting us about that is because we have enough charm for it. I'm pretty sure she won't text you about that until you're able to do that rank up. It makes sense. Like, it makes sense not to tease you about ranks that you can't actually fulfill yet. There's been a lot of baseball on TV lately. It's like the major baseball season in Japan around summer. But, who else has texted us? About the sushi place and more about Eiko. Okay. Also, Takemi's available. But yeah, we don't really need to do this, but since this is all Confidant events, we might as well. So it might be a decent idea to save before this. Doesn't really matter though, you get the same amount of points regardless of whether you win or lose this, but it can be fun bragging rights to win. Huh, maybe the twins, like, happen to itemize Fornius into this game somehow.
Yeah, let's go!
So yeah, as of, like, recording this, I haven't actually canonically played this. I did play it once, but I ended up erasing that timeline in favor of doing Makoto Rank 5 instead, so this is the first time you'll be seeing Star Fornius, which was apparently made in 1984.
How's this? Let's do it.
Okay, button mashing time. Whoops. I started the button mashing too soon! Okay, I think I barely got it that time.
Alright!
But yeah, as I said, it doesn't really matter if you fail this or not, you'll still get the same amount of points, but it's still fun to finish it. Unfortunately, this doesn't actually count towards beating a level of the game on our own time. But, sorry Ryuji, we have other plans, and these other plans are... Oh, actually, these other... No, let's not tell him who these other plans are with, because then he would get very mad at us, because they're with Akechi. Yep.
See ya.
It's Akechi rank 5, though, which is actually one of the more popular ranks of this Confidant in Royal.
Ah. You're back.
You'll see in a moment. Shops open, research progress. Are you much for arcades? How do you feel about arcades? Well, I mean, we just play games, so we're kind of in the mood for this. Of course, you know, Akechi's obviously not exactly up for playing co-op. Or if he is, it's probably going to be a Legolas and Gimli contest of who gets the most kills. Oh, I didn't even know there was an arcade in Kichijoji. I mean, it must be hard to find because we can't even access it. Only the one in Shibuya is available to us.
Sorry to
yeah, clearly this is a new arcade. Something Emerald Ragnarok Meteor Punch. That might be a... Yeah, it looks like it's one of those punch pad games. Which I think is what the Street Fighter 1 originally used to determine the strength of your punches and kicks, and they decided that no, that's just a terrible system, and we'll instead just use 3 buttons, like for light, medium, and heavy for punches and kicks. Pretty hardcore shooter game, huh? Well, I mean, we just played a spaceship shooter. But what about you? Your response to this one doesn't actually matter. I just noticed there's a vending machine in here, and I want it. Oh no, it's partying college students. the guy with either two personalities. Oh, it's also the creepy guy who was trying to touch, you know, Hifumi's hands. But yes, the guy who either has two personalities or has an invisible friend. Uh-oh, we're losing to Akechi, that's not good.
Have you noticed?
Have you noticed? I'm better at you in every way. That's why I made a song about it. Okay, was that for like a light gun game, or was it just a regular toy gun? Yeah, this is why a lot of people like this rank up, because this is an aspect of Akechi's character that you didn't really see much of before Royal. The fact that he wanted to be a hero when he was younger. Maybe that's why he became a detective now? Also this line, it's coming up. One may stick to the vision of justice they believe in, even if others deny it. I wonder who that reminds me of. I'm actually talking about the Phantom Thieves here, by the way. So, yeah, of these, simply do as others desire of them, seeking to be recognized. Yeah, no, not really into that. So yeah, sticking to your justice, doing what people want. You can choose anything for this one, and in my personal view, I would say neither. And the main reason is that this one, you know, is more just blindly following authority, and obviously I don't agree with that. This one, yeah, I have issues with this kind of quote-unquote heroics, because while it does sound noble in some ways, I've seen a lot of things saying, oh, you know, even if the world tells you you're wrong, you should keep doing something if you believe it's just. Well, that's also a way I've seen people justify bigotry or even mass murder. So, no, I don't think so. I just think justice is helping people. Justice is protecting people. And yes, I also agree with Akechi in this case. You know, if you're following your definition of justice and nobody but you agrees with it, then yeah, I don't really think that makes you a hero, because while, yeah, I know there are some cases where society is wrong, there are other cases where maybe people have a reason for ostracizing you for doing something extreme. Or moreover, if you're doing something that puts the whole world against you, maybe there's a reason why they turned on you. That's just my view, though. I could really do with a shower right now. Believe that's a line from Fiora in Xenoblade Chronicles. I mean, you had fun, but I mean, I don't think we did. We got kind of wrecked there. That's always another thing with me as well. Like, that's kind of why I've never really been into competitive fighting games that much. I've personally not really enjoyed, I would love to tell him this, but no, haven't really enjoyed a lot of games where the game is only fun when you're winning. It's just, I know that a lot of people don't like comeback mechanics or ways to make the game still enjoyable, even for the loser, because they're like, oh, that's like anti-skill and rewarding playing badly. I've heard that Lucario in Smash described like that a lot. But at the same time, I just don't find fighting games all that fun, because the moment that you get stuck in a combo, as long as there isn't some kind of a combo breaker or escape mechanic like that, the moment that you get stuck in a combo, you basically can't even play the game. Like, your opponent's just wailing on you with, you know, buttons and stuff, and you can't even do anything. Like, some people have said that those kind of fighting games pretty much turn into a single-player game the instant somebody lands a combo. Though I've actually found that in general, that only really happens when there's a huge difference in skill. Like, fighting games are really fun to watch when both players are of equal skill, because that way, like, it doesn't often look like one person is just being trapped in combos all the time. It's more a game of, like, constant keep away and cat and mouse between both players, both of them looking for an opening, and the moment that somebody does find an opening, they jump in and try and start a combo, but often the other one doesn't let them get that far, and like, there's apparently like a simplified game called Footsies that kind of sums it up quite well, where it's kind of all about trying to just poke somebody in the foot once, and that scores you a point. It kind of like, I forget if that's called the neutral. There's a lot of fighting game terminology that I don't really understand, but anyway, yeah, sorry, I've been going on a lot of random topics here, but drink set. We must get it. We are the master of drinks. 20 Waters of Rebirth. It's gonna make our Argonate and Water of Rebirth supplies lopsided, but still. Floral gift set. No, absolutely not. I don't want gifts. I mean, I'll probably need gifts eventually if I'm gonna try and go for like that Thieves' Den award that requires giving 10 gifts, but I recommend saving and reloading for that. So how much is the drink set? It's not that expensive, may as well buy it. I kind of wish there was some kind of loyalty point system for the shopping channel in this game. Because I feel like not a lot of guides talk about what's sold on the shopping channel, and some of the things they sell are pretty good. But okay, it's a Sunday today, which means we need to check our Jiru.
Hi.
It's proficiency, huh?
Oh.
Do I dare to go double price Aojiru just for a little bit of a boost in proficiency? I don't want to actually do that now because, as I've said before, the next proficiency gate we have in a Confidant isn't for a really long time, and by that point we'll have had many opportunities to craft, and I'm pretty sure we'll have rank 5 proficiency by then, so yeah, I don't really feel the need to spend double money on that. I was gonna say I can show off Yusuke's rank 7 ability now, but he's not here today. So today, we're gonna have a pretty interesting rank up on our hands. Because this is gonna be rank 9 of Arn, and being rank 9 of a romanceable confidant, this is where we have the platonic versus romantic route split. It's also a very, very good rank 2. Of course, this is just a zip to her option and not a start the rank option.
Hey.
Okay, yeah, flower shop. We will be doing this eventually. On the 17th, but not quite now.
We'll just have to wait for now. Thanks.
Yeah, this one's very important because of this. It's actually one of those that it takes a while to get to this point, but I feel like this rank up in particular, it's very, very highly recommended you do this because it's really the only way you get closure for the Shiho arc. You won't really see much of Shiho after Kamoshida's arc is over unless you get this rank 9. It's one of the only times she appears after that arc. And of course, there are a lot of people who wish that Shiho was a confidant, and I would say that I agree. I do like how Joker shows concern here. This part I find interesting because in my mind, that was her shadow. Unlike Futaba, Shiho was not outwardly showing any of her pain, which means it's likely that Shadow Shiho would have been the voice that was pushing her to jump. And with this, Shiho has accepted and made peace with her shadow without even needing to go to the metaverse. I mean, I suppose she still exists, but, yeah, maybe Shiho's become a Persona user without being even aware of it. Because that's what the metaphor of accepting your shadow and turning it into a persona is. It is something that anyone can do. It isn't just restricted to people who visited a magical otherworld.
Huh?
All this time, Ann has drawn inspiration from Shiho, but then it turns out Shiho was inspired by Ann too. Ann wanted to be strong for Shiho's sake, and Shiho wanted to be strong for Ann's sake.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay, so I hate to slightly kill the mood here, but there is something that I need to draw attention to. There weren't sparkles there. And that's going to be important in a moment. So this is the platonic and romantic route split. This one starts the romantic route, this one goes the platonic route, and I remember seeing these choices and this scene in Japanese in a live stream, and I kind of translated them in my head at the time. It's pretty much directly this, but I personally would have translated this option as "you have us." Because I feel like Joker shouldn't be excluding himself from her friend circle just because he doesn't, he views their relationship platonically, not romantically. Like, she still has Joker even if they're just friends, and yeah, I like this, the fact that all of the Phantom Thieves are there for her. This is the option I'll be going with because I won't be romancing Arn this playthrough, but I will say that if you do, like the Joker and Arn romance, that's completely fine. I actually do too. There are very few romance routes in this game that I dislike.
Thanks.
And speaking of things that I like and dislike, one thing that I love about Persona 5 compared to 4 is that in 90% of cases, you don't utterly break the girls' hearts by going the platonic route. Most of the time, like you see here, it's just an affirmation of friendship. It isn't an outright rejection. They don't, you know, like, it doesn't make them feel bad. Like, in this case, there wasn't, like, an implied love confession from her. Like, you can always treat their relationship platonically if you choose this route. Like, yeah, basically there aren't any implied feelings on Arn's side unless you choose the romance route, so it works either way. But here's the thing, I did say earlier that there's no, like, significant change in the Confidant in terms of, like, you know, progress, no matter which route you choose. Yeah, I was slightly wrong about that, but only slightly. So, for Arn specifically, there is an extra dialogue choice that only occurs if you choose her romance route, and this extra dialogue choice would give enough points for rank 10. Because we're going the platonic route in this playthrough, my playthrough, I don't have enough points for rank 10, and that means I'll need to use an affinity reading to make up for it. But it's not going to affect the schedule because, yeah, affinity reading doesn't use up time. So yes, yay affinity reading, you should definitely get Fortune to rank 5.
Bye!
Like, I mean, I suppose you could interpret Arn as having feelings maybe if you want to, but again, like, it's ambiguous. And the real, you know, the real point I'm trying to make is that it's not like Persona 4, where basically all of the girls feel really bad if you reject them. There's like maybe only 1 or 2 romance splits in this game that are like that. Are you free? Well, actually we are, because we're going to be doing Sun tonight, so... Okay, actually before I do anything else, I want to go to Central Street, because I want to see if the foreign banker's around. Is he here? Yes, he is. I haven't spoken to him in a while. Oh, hey, one of the best NPCs in the game is on our side. That's great. Are there any new books available?
Please, take your time.
Oh, 2 of them. Oh, right, these. I'm not going to buy these just yet because they're a waste of money. What these do is they unlock the aquarium and the fish pond respectively, but if you've already unlocked those via Hangouts, you won't need to read those. Thankfully, you're able to read those books without spending time in that case, which is really good, and so I'll be buying them eventually just to complete my book reading collection, but for now, I don't really think I want to, Oh wait, does this guy have a new song? Didn't eat my lunch one summer day, embarrassed by how boring it was. Mom got worried, but I was stubborn. Asked her why I'd want to eat this. She just gave me a sad smile, still can't say I'm sorry. Maybe I should have gone home for the fun holiday. Okay, Was he singing that or was he just saying it? I don't know. In my headcanon he was singing it.
Everyone.
And now politics, but fortunately the rare good side of politics. Oh yeah, we've already seen this.
Good evening.
Well, some pretty great people, but also some very, interesting people. Why did sirens go off the moment that I said that? Yeah, every single time you'll say, it'll say, I feel like my bond with Yoshida will grow stronger soon. I mean, we already know that from the news.
Yes.
And given the Medjed stuff, it's likely to go even lower. Yeah, I had a feeling this is where this was going.
However,
yeah, it might be a conflict of interest if somebody's running themselves and then they are educating another person. Yeah, this is something about politics that I've always found kind of interesting and slightly sad in some cases, because at least where I live, oftentimes when a politician, like, gets kicked out of, like, voted out of office, their career is basically over. Very few of them ever come back. I just don't know what people do with their lives after that's happened. Plus, I like the idea of Yoshida running as an independent. This actually reminds me a lot of the offer that Yusuke has been getting right now. Although, hang on a minute, political secrets, oh no, this doesn't sound good. Okay, well, at least, yeah, we shouldn't feel bad for listening in on this. Or this is going on. Trust in his discretion. Oh boy, well, we're a phantom thief, so, if this turns out to be some big government corruption, we're not going to take it lying down. Interesting.
I see.
We don't exactly know what political position these guys are moving towards, but I doubt it's anything good. Nah, I'd say flat out, yeah. Though, yeah, with our input or not, I'm pretty sure Yoshida was going to decline this. No, he's gonna... Yeah, exactly. Oh, all of these are amazing. I don't know which one of these to choose. I guess I'll go with this one. No, we didn't. I think that line should actually be used to describe you. Oh, this is a good response, too.
I apologize.
Oh no, that was our intention from the beginning. Once again, Yoshida's confidant is great. Yes, Sun has pretty much been almost consistently had really good social links, except for maybe in Persona 4. I think I've said before, a lot of people seem to like Yumi, but I personally don't really.
Let's say we go home.
Oh, he's still hiding things, huh? I was able to fend Kuramoto off using only words. I don't think I've really paid attention to that descriptor before. That's pretty cool.
Well then, I'll see you again.
I still really love the idea of, games that make arguing or debate fun. But, Ace Attorney is pretty much the closest I've found to that kind of thing. So tomorrow, we have a hangout with Makoto in Booktown. This also gives points towards Star, so if you have a Star Arcana in your stock, that's pretty useful. This isn't necessary for points since I already have unlocked Makoto's next rank. And the guide says this is optional, but you know what? This is all confidant events. I'm going to show all confidant events. Let's do this. Huh. Yeah, you know what? That's pretty relevant to the kind of stuff we're doing. I think we really should be researching into cognitive science right now. We'll have more stuff to talk to Futaba with once she's awake, too. Though I'm pretty sure she's gonna just, completely nerd out on us about it. No biggie! Oh boy, wow, that reminds me of something, but, it's something that I was planning on talking about during the Kaneshiro arc. There was a a card game called Man Bites Dog, which is basically about making news headlines and like you score points for them. And one of the cards in that game was Biggie. And we had no idea about how to use it, like we being my family. Like we didn't know whether that was meant to be like an adjective or a noun or what, or like how the heck are you meant to use that? And so one day my dad played down a headline that involved Biggie Banker, and we all just laughed so much. And then in my head, the reason why I wanted to mention this earlier is because Kaneshiro's shadow is Biggie Banker. Like that's what the concept Biggie Banker looks like in my head to me. My family debated that, and I think we eventually decided that it wasn't grammatically correct and it didn't count, but it was still funny. Then I think somebody tried Biggie Thug or Thug Biggie, but that didn't count either.
Oh.
Hello, goodbye, didn't even try. To quote the lyrics from one of the songs in P5 Strikers. Yeah, we don't often go here during the daytime. Wait, it was Joker like, wait a minute, what? She brushed me off like that, how dare she? Yes, we are fellow shogi warriors in the Togo Kingdom. Yeah, it's interesting these two get to interact, because a lot of people think that, like, maybe one of them might have been retooled into the other somehow. I think I have some old chess books. Some of them have some interesting ways of describing things. Yeah, well, I mean, of these two, I actually find Hifumi's confidant benefits much better in battle than Makoto, so she really could stand to learn more strategy. Wait, sacrifice pieces with no remorse, but that's how Virion used to play chess, and then he got owned by Robin. Oh, I think Virion still won, but I think the whole point of the support was Robin saying, okay, you won, but if you did that in a real battle, all of your troops would hate you.
Yes.
Or maybe it was Virion himself coming to that conclusion and saying, that's why I want you to lead this army, not me. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's what it was in the end. It's been a while since I did that support. And yep, points towards both of them. And now we're, well, I mean, I guess we're not leaving alone,
Shall
but
we return
yeah,
home?
looks like they spent more time talking to each other than we did talking to Makoto. We came for cognitive science and stayed for shogi. One week. Almost there, almost at the deadline. Though I've heard some interesting opinions on this long deadline that have made me reevaluate a few things. Yep, there we go, one more week until the deadline. Because, yeah, someone was mentioning that maybe the long deadline is actually a good thing because it gives you a lot of prep time and a lot of confidant time before the next arc begins. And now that I think about the way the rest of the game goes, that's actually very necessary because once this deadline is up, we pretty much have nothing but plot for at least 3 weeks straight, maybe even 4 weeks straight. So having this much confidant time is actually very much needed. It also gives you some time to go to Mementos and do things. I'm not really doing it because this guide prefers to knock out enormous numbers of Mementos quests in one visit, but I'd recommend if you're playing casually, you should be going to Mementos as much as possible during this summer break.
We don't have much time left. I know it's frustrating, but there's not much we can do.
But maybe be a little careful though, not, like, if you're concerned about difficulty though, yeah, you might not want to get too over-leveled from, that, because the next dungeon arc, you're really not supposed to be any more than, like, 40, like, during the next dungeon. Yes, I had a feeling Goro Akechi was on the show today. Hi there.
I don't appreciate that.
Wow, that was like... That delivery was just casually dripping with venom.
Now then.
Look at him trying to act all cool after he beat you in that light gun game. Next time, we'll pwn him. Yeah, wow, that term really went out of use since, like, the 2000s. Oh, hey, we can take this to avoid the train fare. It works for every confidant that's in a train fare location, basically. Yeah, thankfully all of the food that we eat as a result of hanging out with someone at a bar is entirely paid for by them. And the whole True Believers thing just makes me think of Stan Lee. Yeah, well, at this point, you've probably seen it. I kind of feel like part of the start of this Confidant is meant to be done earlier in the game, where this is less mainstream. Yeah, it probably is, and also some of the comments are hilarious. I mean, well, we've just kind of run out of big targets for the time being, that and we already took care of our big target and now we're just in downtime. Yeah, maybe don't make assumptions. At least she's admitting that. She's like half right about that one. Yoshida was still much more spot on as to who they really are.
Shit.
What's the difference? Yeah, we don't really have much of an option other than to snark at her here. See, this is part of why I said before that I don't really dislike this Confidant, because it's nice to see a journalist who cares about integrity and about writing the truth. Yeah, we heard about your partner earlier. And now finally we can start to pry a little bit. Okay, so we now know she was falsely accused of something. And, well, yeah, that only makes sense if you know American emergency numbers, because where I live it's 000, and I believe it's 999 in the UK, and I only know that because of Fireman Sam. There's a children's show about fire. I think it was from the same people as Postman Pat.
Alright.
I feel like Postman Pat is relatively well known outside of the UK. But yeah, children's show that I watched when I was very young. It's a pretty awkward sounding buzzing effect. I wonder if that's an old model of phone she's got there. See, Oya claims to work really hard, but we've never run into her when she isn't off duty.
Well then.
Also, I'm pretty sure Oya's tab reaches the stratosphere. And yes, blah blah blah, charm blah. Gotta remember to unfast forward after the notes come across the screen.